2012 was a very tough year for Mariano Rajoy in his first 12 months in office, and it looks like the Spanish Prime Minister is going to have an equally tough time in 2013, as many of the issues and challenges which he faced in 2012 remain and are likely to intensify in many cases. Now we have first of all the possibility of a sovereign bailout for Spain, which Rajoy has managed to delay the request for in recent months, saying it's not necessary so far. But there is increasing pressure on the Spanish government to make that request soon, for example from the private sector, which feels that although Spain's borrowing costs have come down in recent months, they're still higher than is really necessary, and it's higher than is good for the Spanish economy to get it back on its feet again. There's also some pressure in that regard from some of Spain's European partners who would like to see the country make the request for that rescue sooner rather than later. Now also there is of course the problem of unemployment, which is now well over 25% and is expected to increase throughout 2013. Some analysts are saying it will rise well over 26%, possibly up to 27% this year. And that's a major setback for the government as it tries to demonstrate that its labour reform, which it introduced early last year, really is having a positive effect on the economy. And at the moment we're not seeing any benefits from that labour reform, but the government hopes we'll be seeing those in the coming months. And of course, issues such as unemployment and other economic issues are fueling social discontent in Spain. We've seen a lot of protests, street protests in recent months by all sorts of groups, whether they're labour unions or the members of the Indignals protest movement, or doctors, nurses, teachers, students and so on. Now all those groups are likely to come out onto the streets again in 2013, but the government seems to feel it can ride out this pressure because what we're not seeing so far are really big unified protests of hundreds of thousands of people together. As long as that doesn't happen, the government will feel it can ride out this issue of social unrest until the economy starts to improve. And of course, overarching all of these issues is that of Catalan independence. Now, Catalan regional premier Artur Mas is leading this drive for independence from Spain. His THEW coalition wants to hammer out a deal on a referendum on the issue for Catalonia in the coming months, in order to hold a referendum in 2014. Now he's hammering out that deal with the Esquerra Republicana de Catalunya party, which is more radical than his own coalition, and it's likely to be a bumpy ride in the sense that those two groups, while they agree on independence, there are many other issues they don't agree upon in the social and political spheres. So there will be lots of tensions there. But of course there will be plenty of tensions as well between the central government in Madrid and the regional government of Catalonia in Barcelona. So we can expect lots of tension there in the coming months, whether it's over issues such as the use of Catalan language or the Spanish language in schools, or other political issues related to Catalonia's sovereignty. Well, those are just some of the issues that are going to be on the political agenda in the coming months. For more on Spain's politics and economics, see Iberosphere.com. I'm Guy Hedgecoe. Happy New Year.